Please let me try to explain.
I don't need an explanation. I saw what was going on.
My son, you may have misinterpreted that.
Oh, yeah, my wife standing in my dad's arms, kissing. There's not a lot of room for misinterpretation.
Please listen to me.
All right, this should be good. Explain this one. Come on.
This is the worst I've ever felt in my life. Okay? I feel ill inside that you saw what you did. It makes me sick.
Yeah, I'll bet. It's tough getting caught, isn't it?
Nikki, what the hell are you doing here?
Well, hi, Neil. I think I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is the last place I'd have expected to find you.
Yeah, well, what about you? Didn't you just get out of rehab?
Yeah. It's been years for you, hasn't it?
Yes. I truly have not thought about that warm feeling of release in the pit of my stomach for a long time. But now seems a very good time.
No, wait. Hold on. Don't do that. Once you start, you know as well as I do, there's no going back.
Hello?
Drusilla, it's Sid.
Oh, my long-lost agent? What do I owe the pleasure?
I apologize for taking so long to get back to you.
You know, I hope you have a damn good excuse, because I must have left you at least half a dozen messages. You've returned not even one of them. What, you too good to call me back, Sid?
Yeah, of course not. I've been busy.
Busy? Busy doing what? I hope lining up gigs for me.
Listen, there's no easy way to tell you this.
Tell me what? Look, I don't care if it's a little gig. Just give me a gig. I don't care what.
I've been making a lot of calls, and there isn't anything out there.
I know the fall line's coming out. It's late, but work your magic, Sid. I know you can get me on a couple of shoots.
What I mean is, there isn't anything out there for you. I hate doing this, Drusilla, but I have to level with you. Your days of modeling for big-name designers are behind you. We've had a great ride together, and when you were at the top of your game, nobody could hold a candle to you. But the fact is, if I want to stay in business, I've got to put my energy into my up-and-coming clients.
You mean with your 15-year-olds?
I'm really very sorry.
Not sorrier than me. You know, I really don't need this right now, Sid.
You've been around long enough to know how the industry works.
Yeah, I know how this business works. You know, I knew that one day you would stab me in the back, but I didn't know it was gonna happen so soon.
Hi. Herbal tea.
sure you want to do this?
I know I'm taking a huge risk. Michael didn't recognize me before.
Should you press your luck?
Yeah, but you know what? I need to get some answers. If you're right and there is a connection between Michael and Isabella, I have to find it.
What are you thinking about?
My conversation with Michael. When he thought I was Kelly, he was definitely pumping me for information.
He was also probably coming on to you.
No, Lynn, he wasn't hitting on me.
I wouldn't put anything past that man.
Stop.
I know he's your fiancé, but I don't trust him or Isabella. There's something very strange about their relationship. It's always been a little suspicious to me.
I think you've been working for a detective way too long.
Come on, Chris, you have to agree it is weird. After the way she lied to him, told him that he was the father of her baby, you'd think that he would want nothing to do with that woman, but one visit from Kelly. And what does Isabella do?
She runs straight to Michael.
Does that make any sense?
None of it makes any sense. I always assumed whatever ties Michael and Isabella once had, they had been severed.
Looks like you were wrong.
So, the infamous Kelly Simmons is coming here.
Yes, she decided to take me up on my offer.
Why did she change her mind?
Didn't say.
Michael, I don't like this.
Look, you want me to get the scoop on this woman or not?
I'm just worried. Okay, if we are right and she is working for someone, gathering information, and you let something slip
I know
up,
what I'm doing.
I just can't believe Lynn would go to these lengths.
You're assuming Lynn's behind this?
Who else would it be? She's hated me since the moment we met.
All right, let's not worry about Lynn. We have more important things to focus on. Like figuring out how I'm going to handle our new best friend, Kelly.
You're feeling under the weather, huh?
Yeah, it's just a flu or something. Something going around at the hospital. I knew I'd get it sooner or later.
You don't feel warm.
It's more of a headachy thing.
What are you taking?
Why all the questions, Wesley?
Just want to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Well, I appreciate that. I just need some rest.
Probably right. Unless what's bothering you is more than just physical.
What are you talking about?
This thing with Brad and Ashley. It's really getting to you, isn't it?
Hi. Oh, what do you want?
May I join you?
No, there's plenty of empty seats.
Oh, but then I'd miss out on the pleasure of your company. I really don't want to do battle with you today, Ashley.
You look kind of upset. Something happened?
Let's just say it's not my day. Oh, I know how that feels. Had lots of bad days lately. Oh, I know you have, and I'm sure you're going to blame me for them, right?
You deny that you're a big reason why my life's in chaos?
Oh, you want to talk chaos? You should look at my life. But for the record, I'm not going to deny anything. As a matter of fact,
No, finish what you were saying.
I've been reflecting, and I kind of feel bad about some of the things I've done.
And how are you going to handle Kelly?
Very carefully. I mean, I want to feel her out, but I can't be too direct.
Michael, if you're determined to see her, why don't you just confront her? Tell her you know she's a fraud and you want to know what she's up to.
I can't do that.
Why not?
Because if I expose my hand, what would that be saying to whoever hired her? If it is Lynn, Lynn has no idea we're friends.
Is that what we are?
Whatever. Look, my point being I don't want Lynn or whoever it is to know any more than they already do. I certainly don't want them thinking that we had any past together before
that
this.
we are friends, that you associate with the devil incarnate?
What I meant was...
I know what you meant. And I have to remind you that I have a lot at stake.
So do I.
What, Christine?
Yes, Christine. She is my fiancée.
Who seduced my husband?
You know, you can stop saying that.
You know, the point is, I have a lot more at stake than you. My husband, my marriage, my family, everything is on the line. If Paul ever finds out the real reason why I came into his life and how you were involved, that's it. My marriage is over. But that's not gonna happen. And you know why, Michael? Because you're not gonna let it. You're gonna talk to Kelly Simmons, and you're gonna find out what she wants. And then you're gonna do something about her.
It is possible that Isabella just wanted Michael's advice. He is an attorney.
Why would she need legal advice after talking to you?
Kelly, you mean?
She did it because she was scared, Chris. She knew she slipped up when she said her husband was no longer a threat because that contradicts what she's told Paul.
Okay, but that would mean Michael
Is part of her cover
and I
story.
refuse to believe that. Still,
I know. You need to know for sure.
why can't I just let this go?
Chris, you can't because of what she took from you.
My whole world fell apart because of her. Last year, I came back to Genoa City to try and make one last attempt to put my marriage together, and I walk into my apartment, and what do I find? Isabella in Paul's arms.
After pretending that she needed protection from a dangerous ex-husband.
Yeah, who now may not be a threat at all.
But the question is, why is Michael involved in all that?
And why is he protecting Isabella from Kelly? This is just ridiculous. I could drive myself crazy speculating. I need to find the answers I'm looking for, and then I can put it out of my mind.
On that note,
Time to get into costume.
Come in.
Hello, son.
Hey, Mom, hi.
Lynn wasn't at her desk.
Yeah, I know. She asked if she could take a long lunch, and I said it was okay. So, what brings you by?
I just want to make sure everything's okay.
What do you mean?
Well, I stopped by your apartment, and Ricky was with a babysitter.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's the second time this week that I stopped by, and Isabella wasn't home. It isn't like her to leave Ricky with a babysitter in the middle of the day.
Well, you know, it's really nothing to worry about.
Don't tell me she's gone out to look for a job. Oh, Paul. She's so privileged to be able to stay home with that little baby. And that's the way it should be. Child shouldn't be raised by some stranger.
Mom, listen, can we talk about this?
Maybe I should talk to Isabella.
No, I don't think you should.
What time do you expect her to be home this evening?
Mom, she isn't coming home this evening.
I don't understand that.
Isabella is not staying at the apartment anymore.
Nikki, you really think that's the answer?
Well, gee, I don't know, Neil. What do you think?
I think we're both being idiots.
Fool is the word I've been using for myself lately.
Really? Why don't you fill me in?
It's a long story. Actually, it's several long stories.
Well, after that storybook wedding that I heard so much about, I figured that you and Victor must be in a great place.
Funny how one minute you can think, this is meant to be, and then the next minute you're asking yourself, what the hell was I thinking?
Yeah, I can relate to that. Until this morning, I thought my ex-wife, Drusilla, and we were destined to be back together.
Yeah, that whole destiny thing. I felt that too with Victor. Now I just don't know. I don't know.
Listen, son, I hope you don't believe that there's something going on between your wife and me.
Why would I think that? I saw what I saw. I wasn't hallucinating or imagining it. I was standing there with flowers, ready to try and get my wife back. I mean, it's such a joke.
There's no reason that can't happen. I know that she loves you. Sharon loves you.
You, of all people, should know that my wife has no self-control. She likes men. She needs sex, and apparently she'll go anywhere to get it.
I swear to you, nothing happened between us.
You know, I think back to all the advice you gave me about my life, about how precious my marriage was, how I should fight to get it back. How sorry you knew she was because she made such a terrible mistake. This is how sorry she shows me she is.
Stop it right now. Okay, you're blaming her for something that was not her fault. Right? It was me. I crossed the line.
Yeah, Chantal. Okay, right. Send her right in. Well, Miss Simmons. Hello.
No need to be so formal. You call me Kelly.
Kelly. Well, I'm glad you decided to reconsider my offer.
I was having breakfast this morning, and I said to myself, Kelly, what on earth are you thinking, declining that polite gentleman's offer to give you a tour of the city? I must be out of my mind.
Well, I don't blame you for turning me down.
Why would you say something like that?
I'm not proud of my behavior at our first meeting. My manners left a lot to be desired. You must have been very uncomfortable.
I have to admit you were asking an awful lot of questions.
Well, I hope it didn't ruin your opinion of Midwestern men.
I'll let you know that after the tour.
Oh, okay. Well, here it is.
What an impressive office here.
Thank you.
You must be doing quite well for yourself.
Oh, my partner gets most of the credit.
Oh, modesty. I love that in a man. So shall we go?
Well, actually, I was wondering if we could hang out here for a bit, maybe get to know each other a little better. If it's okay with you.
That sounds lovely.
Would you like a cup of coffee?
Please.
Anything else?
Well, now, who do we have here?
Oh. Oh, well, that's,
Oh, is this your girlfriend?
actually, that's my fiancée.
What makes you think this has anything to do with Brad and Ashley?
You don't have to put up a brave front. I know this is hard for you.
I live.
You have deep feelings for this man. Please don't
Okay, I
pretend
admit it.
that's-
I admit that I do. But you know what? He's married. He's married, and not only that, but he's married to a woman who's gonna have a baby.
Ashley's pregnant.
Oh, it gets better than that. I'm the one who had to go and give her the good news.
Oh my goodness.
You know, the whole thing is a long story, but suffice to say, she was stunned.
How's Brad taking it?
I don't even know if he knows.
Well, this changes things.
Oh, it changes everything. What made me think that we could have had a future together? You know what? I believed that I could make Brad really, really happy. I knew that he still had these unresolved feelings for Ashley, so I backed away. And look where it got me.
Well, still, Olivia, until Brad says he wants to be with
Wait,
Ashley.
you're not thinking I should have hope.
I'm saying you don't know what he's gonna do.
No, I know what he's gonna do. I know what kind of man he is. Okay, it was hard enough when he thought about ending his marriage when there was one child, a child that wasn't even his. But now, come on, I have to face the facts. Any chance I could have had of being with Brad gets slimmer by the minute.
I hate to see you going through this.
Thanks.
But you know what? I am proud of you.
Proud?
Yeah, for giving Brad some space, for not pressuring him into a decision. Now, a lot of women would have taken advantage of a situation like this, but you didn't. It was the right thing to do, Olivia.
Then why does it hurt so much?
That would be your way of apologizing, wouldn't it?
Oh, let's not push it. You just caught me in a vulnerable moment. Vulnerable? You? I'm human.
So what happened?
I wish it were one thing. You know how one minute you have everything and then the next minute you have nothing? That would be me. Why am I confiding in you? You probably love that I'm going through this misery.
Unlike you, I don't take pleasure in other people's pain.
Maybe I deserve it.
Yeah, you kind of messed up my life.
Honey, don't act nearer to God than thee. You had a part in this too. Now, maybe I got overly involved in my sister's business, but I had my reasons.
Yeah, your sister.
Yeah, I love her. I was concerned about her, and let's stop joking around. You're relieved.
Relieved?
The truth needed to come out. That you kept that man in the dark all this time is really unforgivable.
You know what?
But
You are unbelievable. One second you're telling me that you have regrets for what you've done, and then the next you're trying to rationalize it? This was none of your business, Drusilla. If and when I told my husband about the paternity of our child was up to me, and not you. How's Brad taking the news? Like I'm going to tell you? No thanks, not after the damage you've done. Thanks to you, my marriage is in shambles. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to save it. And on top of that...
Oh, please, no cliffhangers. What?
I'm pregnant.
Nikki, maybe I shouldn't ask, but what could have come between you and Victor so soon after your remarriage?
Well, we swore that we weren't going to let other people's troubles interfere in our happiness.
Other people meaning family?
Both of our kids' lives are a disaster. As much as we love them, there's only so much we can do, so we agreed to just leave them be and stop trying to help them so damn much.
Easier said than done, huh?
Victor's at odds with Victoria. There's something terrible going on between Victor and Nicholas. I don't know what it is, because they won't tell me. There's nothing new there.
I'm sorry to hear that, yeah. Well, I get the feeling that there's something new in the equation here.
Yeah. It's very unexpected. I don't know how to deal with it.
You won't tell me what it is?
I can't.
So, Victor, has he been...
Neil, I can't talk about it.
But it's obviously driving you crazy.
It's making me want to have a little sweet oblivion.
Nikki, however bad things are, the minute you give in to that, they're only going to get a lot worse.
So you're engaged.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I guess you're wondering why I didn't tell you.
You don't owe me an explanation.
I should have said something. It's just things are a little complicated right now. Christine's been gone for a while. I miss her. There's not a day that goes by I don't think about her.
Sounds like you care a great deal for her. Though I'm curious, if you have a fiance, what are you doing spending time with me?
I'm just being friendly. Look, you're new in town. You don't know anyone. I just thought I'd show you around a bit.
You think your fiance would mind?
I think Christine would approve wholeheartedly.
I'll bet.
Yeah, she's one of those people who always goes out of her way to help others. Who knows, maybe some of it has rubbed off on me. Look, before we hit the road, why don't you sit down and tell me a little about yourself?
All right, well, you know I'm from South Carolina.
See, Charleston.
Good memory.
Yeah. You told me you were here visiting a friend. And when I asked you if you were also doing any business, you never did answer me.
You still think I'm hiding something?
Are you?
Actually, Mr. Baldwin, I was wondering the same thing about you.
Olivia, I know this is a
Can we please just not talk about this anymore?
Okay, fine. Whatever you want.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Well, there was an episode this morning. But trust me, it's not worth getting into.
Oh, no. I bare my soul. You owe me more than that.
Well, after I dropped Lily off at school this morning, I went back to Neil and Drew's place. Drew was there alone, and, you know, things got,
Intimate?
we were on the couch when Neil walked in.
Oh, no.
Yeah. It was ugly. I mean, probably not as bad as it could have been, but
I'm sure it was awkward.
I think that's an understatement. I mean, Drew, she was just so embarrassed, and Neil was out of control. And I mean, no, all right? No, we should not have been doing what we were doing right there in the apartment. But let's face it, it's not like we've been getting much alone time these days.
Okay. But I mean, it wasn't any different when she was staying here.
No, it is different.
How?
I mean, ever since she moved in with Neil, it's like things have changed.
You know, they share a lot of history in that apartment.
Yeah, I know that. And I can't help but wonder if,
Wonder what?
I don't know, if maybe part of Drew wants the life she used to have.
Did she say that?
Did she need to? I mean, look at this. I have uprooted my entire life to be with your sister. I gave up my friends, my job, a city that I loved. I gave it up, all of it, so I could be with Drew. And for what? So I could hang around a hotel room while she plays house with her ex-husband?
Okay. I mean, you're gonna have to be a little more patient, that's all.
That is all I have been. I asked that woman to marry me. She didn't answer. I let it go. Ever since I've been here, it's been Drew, baby, it's okay. I understand. Take your time. I will be there for you. But I don't understand. And I'm really not sure how much more of this I can take.
I can't believe you just told me you're pregnant.
Yeah, I can't either.
So, Brad knows. I haven't had a chance to tell him. Which means Olivia doesn't know either?
Actually, she's the one who told me.
Really? Wow. So what are you gonna do?
I'm not sure. But I assume that it goes without saying I'll be the one to tell my husband about this child, correct?
Absolutely.
I have your word on that?
Promise.
I can actually trust you for once?
Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna prove it to you.
What is that?
It's a copy of the tape you made for Abby.
I never made a copy of that tape.
I know, but I did. And I'm giving it to you. I swear it is the only one. You can do whatever you want to it, but I hope that this proves that you can trust me.
Maybe it's my own fault.
How so?
Unrealistic expectations, I guess.
Nikki, let me ask you something. Whatever it is that's changed the landscape for you, have you really considered? I mean, is there anything that you can do about it?
No. It's just the way things are. It's a fact of life.
Well, then you'll have to decide whether or not you love Victor enough to learn to live with it.
You're right. That's a decision I have to make. And you know what? I don't need this to help me make it. God knows I will always love Victor, but I am very afraid of what the future may hold.
Nikki, whatever the future holds for you, I'm sure that you're gonna face it straight on. That's the Nikki that I know.
Neil Winters, you've been a very good friend to me tonight. Thanks.
I'm your son. You're going after my wife?
No, son, I wasn't going after her.
You just said it was you who crossed the line.
Listen to me. You know that I have a concussion. You know I was in excruciating pain. I just took some pain pills and I had a drink on top of it.
Dad, stop! You can't blame this on drugs and alcohol. You're the strongest man I know. That is not gonna fly with me.
It was an accident, I promise you.
Oh, you put the moves on my wife? That was an accident too? She's just so damn beautiful that you couldn't help yourself.
That is not what happened, okay?
She feels good, doesn't she? You like the way she feels in your arms, don't you? The way she kind of melts into them. See, that's her need. She needs those arms around her. I can't believe you.
You know that she was in need of comfort, I guess, and then, you know, I was going through a difficult time myself.
And you lost control. You just started grabbing her and kissing her. You started kissing my wife. What kind of a sleazebag are you?
So, you think I'm hiding something?
Are you?
When I asked you that question, you got very uncomfortable.
Are you uncomfortable?
You want me to be?
Why would you ask that?
You strike me as a very sharp woman. I think you know exactly why I would ask you a question like that. All right. I guess somebody has to take the first shot. A client of mine said that a woman came by her place asking about her ex-husband. The woman's name was Kelly Simmons. And you fit her description.
Isabella Williams is your client?
Yeah, that's right.
Any relation to your partner? I noticed her name on the door, Williams.
My client is married to my partner's ex-husband.
My small world.
You don't change the subject.
All right. Let's say I did visit your client. Was she bothered that I was asking questions about her ex-husband?
A more important question is, why are you so interested in James Franklin? What are you after, Kelly? Whatever your name is.
Isabella isn't living at your apartment?
She left a few days ago.
But why?
We're having some problems.
What kind of problems?
Look, Mom, it's between my wife and me.
Do the two of you have an argument?
All I can say is that it was Isabella's decision to leave. I don't know where she is or where she's staying or when she's going to be back. She's called a few times to check on Ricky. Other than that, we haven't spoken.
How could she do this?
Look, Mom, you really don't understand.
What don't I understand? She walks out on her husband and her child. What kind of a woman does that?
Please.
Leave her.
What?
She left you. The tie has been severed. You can't stay married to her.
What are you saying? Get a divorce?
Normally, I would never suggest such a thing, but Isabella's left you no choice. Honey, she's an unfit mother and a terrible wife.
Mom, listen to me. You don't even know why she took off.
I don't care. Oh, Paul, you don't need her. You have the baby. Isabella's out of your life. Leave her there.
You know, you're...
You mind if I talk to my husband alone?
Don't you think you should be at home taking care of your son?
Mother, please.
Goodbye, Paul. If you need me, I'll be at home.
Trying to intimidate me.
Impersonating a federal employee is a serious crime.
I never told your client that I worked for the government.
She got the distinct impression that you were a parole
All
officer.
I did was ask the woman a few questions. Last time I checked, that wasn't against the
Which
law.
brings me back to, why are you so interested in Isabella?
I have my reasons.
Ah. Your reasons? Or were you hired by someone?
You think I'm being paid to gather information?
Well, given that Isabella has never seen you before in her life, yes.
All right, let's say I am. Perhaps you'd like to answer a few questions for me, unless you and Mrs. Williams have something to hide.
I've already said too much about my client. Now look, who are you working for? What is her name?
You assume it's a woman.
For once, are you gonna give me a straight answer?
I guess my tour of the city is off, huh?
Unfortunately.
You're awfully protective of your clients.
That's what they pay me for. Look, I don't know what you're up to, but I'm warning you, stay away from Isabella. She's been through enough.
Sounds like you know her quite well.
Have I made myself clear?
Very clear. I'll show myself out. One last question, Mr. Baldwin. How long has Mrs. Williams been your client?
Now, why would you ask me a question like that?
Never mind. Goodbye.
In all my life, I have looked up to you. I've trusted and respected you. Yeah, you got flaws. But the one thing I always knew is that you look out for your kids. I don't know how I could have been so wrong about you.
Son, you weren't wrong, okay? You weren't wrong. You weren't wrong at all. I just wasn't myself, I'm telling you.
Am I supposed to make you feel all better?
No, but...
What about Mom? Huh? You just married her. After a few months, you're already looking for some variety.
Wait a minute. That is not true.
I am never going to be able to forget this. The image of you kissing Sharon. How could you do this to me? I mean, you're such a bastard! I'm gonna have to live with this for the rest of my life. You're no father to me. Father doesn't do this to his son.
I never felt worse in my life. I just hope that by assuming the responsibility for all this, I can save their marriage.